So I've had a few people ask me to make like a tips and tricks video on Andro. So I'm just gonna show you how I play Andro. Um, Usually I run this talent. I guess like 90% of the time I run this talent. And I use this loadout with this talent. So dash distance, 2 ammo on nether step, movement speed, which is really important in my opinion. It helps you get away uh, when you're low HP and stuff. And also it makes you hard to hit when you're in like a 1v1. Then 2 ammo after hitting an enemy with Defiance. It doesn't even have a cooldown. So it's just infinite ammo against like tanks and stuff. I mean against anything, but tanks are usually easier to hit and not that mobile. And heal for 200 HP every 1 second while drifting, which is nice because you get a lot of dashes, you float a lot, and you get healed. It's nice. Um, and then yeah, I mean I play casuals most of the time, so I just buy Chronos first, unless I'm against like a very tryhard comp, then I might buy armor plating first. But most of the time I'll just cut the Chronos to reduce the dash cooldown, and
This will keep us safe.
then as like a second item, it kind of depends. Most of the time I go armor plating. I used to go nimble a lot as well, which is nice, but you don't really need it because it's in your loadout. Um, Life Rip is not bad to be honest, because you get healed for quite a lot. Veteran is always nice. I mean, if you have
Keep
like
it secret.
a Janos or a Corvus or whatever, Rejuvenate is nice. Deft Hands just feels really great with any champion to be honest. And Trigger Stand just gives you extra damage, so if you're fragging and stuff, you might wanna scoop this up to, you know, keep the momentum. What I never get though is Horde. I feel like this is just fucking useless. But that's just me. For training range, I actually do just go Deft Hands all the time. But yeah, yeah. So always try to aim for the head. Always, no matter which champion it is. And with like stuff like Victor, Ceres, Vivian, it's really easy to hit the head. But if you're against like Yagoroth, for instance, I have no idea where her head is, but just try to always hit these headshots to get the most DPS possible. Yeah, so when like an enemy is low, like this, so now he's one shot, I mean close to one shot, and you wanna, okay, he was actually just one shot. So, like that.
Killing spree.
If you know you're gonna two shot, punch. Don't shoot twice. Shoot once, then punch, because it's faster. And of course in this loadout we have the ammo card, so that's nice. So if you're just on 0 ammo, you can just keep punching and you'll get ammo back. It's really nice. Also, I would recommend, if you're playing against good players at least, to try to not alt like in the middle of the open, you know? So it's best to, I can't really give an example here. If there's like a pillar or something, you know, you can like hide behind it like this, alt, like peek like that, because you're such an easy target, you know, when you're ulting. So another thing, which is kind of only relevant in 1v1s against, like when you really need to dodge in order to win the fight, you can flick shot and stuff, which is a lot harder with controller because the sensitivity is very low, even when you have max sense. So yeah, you basically wanna something like this, but instead of missing, you wanna hit your shots. So that helps against champions like Leon, for instance. But I mean, Leon's a little tough because she has two abilities where she just auto aims you. But like maybe another Andro, maybe a Buck, maybe a Maeve, a Vatu, you know, it's useful to
Unstoppable.
learn to flick.
Double kill.
But it also kind of depends on your sense because I'm using, you know, a high sense for controller. So if you're using like maybe like this, it's gonna be like almost impossible. I'm gonna be honest. Like you can maybe try to, because usually I dash like this, right?
From the shadows.
And then look back. But at that point, you might wanna do something more like this.
9 in a row. Are you kidding?
It's kind of hard to explain, but like you don't like the angle is not as wide. Yeah, so you can counter like ults and stuff, of course, like Leon, Terminus, which other ults, or like bug jump, like the leap. So there's a lot of stuff you can counter. So you wanna kind of use the reversal as efficiently as possible. And of course you can always use it to get away when you need to. So another thing which can be very useful is master riding. But in my opinion, this is kind of situational. If it's a map like Frozen Guard, you can. It's a pretty common item, but if you notice that you're dying a lot and you're trading, especially that, if you're trading a lot, so you kill one person and then you die, it's kind of weird to pick up master riding. And make sure to, or at least try to kill the healer, because when the healer dies, their entire team kind of falls apart. And then, of course, in that case, it's okay if you die, because your team has heals and they don't. So your team should win that in most situations. So something else you can do when you're like on your horse, and it works even better when you have master riding, which I will show in a second. So what you want to do is you want to walk off the edge with your horse and then hold your drifting button. So like this. Kind of like drift in a very fast motion, which is very useful if you want to surprise your enemy, of course. And with master riding, it looks like this. You just gain the momentum from your horse. So you see that?
11 would be their whole
It's very
team.
nice. So another thing, when you ult, let's say you use 2 shots. Let me do that again. So let's say you use 2 shots and the enemy dies and there's no one else. Just cancel your ult. Don't try to like hit more people, maybe like behind corners, because the splash damage on this ult is really bad, and there's just a big chance that you're kind of just wasting time, you know. So what you want to do is just cancel it by pressing your alt button again. And you also save some alt charge, so that's nice. So you get your alt back quite fast. And there's also like jump peeking, which is a thing with like every champion, but especially Andro, since you know, his burst damage from close range is pretty good. So what you wanna do is just like jump, and then as you're jumping, you wanna move your left stick to the right and then to the left, so you can just do this and move behind the corner real fast. This is a lot easier if you're on PC with higher FPS, because you don't have that much time to, like, you know, click on your enemy, and if you got high FPS, it's just a lot easier. So let's say you wanna like reversal a Terminus ult, you can choose to either like launch it into Terminus, which is fine and maybe the best option in most cases, but you can also launch the reversal into a squishy, you know, like let's say this is Terminus ulting, you can just launch it into a DPS or a flank or a healer, and that might be more valuable, you know, because Terminus doesn't always die after you hit him with the reversal. You kind of need your team to back you up, so it just kind of depends on the situation. So another thing you can do with the dashes is dash, shoot, but in very quick succession. So this is what you want to do.
Good start.
That's basically what you want to do. So as soon you want to shoot, and then as soon as you can after shooting, you want to dash. And you do that, I mean, 3 times, so like this. And I don't always do this, but you can use it against, I mean, you can use it in a bunch of situations to get up close to your enemy quickly, while damaging him. Do keep in mind though that you use all your dashes, so you might want to do it when you see someone solo, and not against a whole squad, you know, because it also kind of just catches them off guard. Also, don't do it when they're directly looking at you like this, for instance. Do it when you're flanking like this. So one last thing, before I start playing, before I join cheat matches and shit, I warm up in the shooting range with this loadout. So I use Gold Slayer with this loadout. I mean, you can copy it if you want, or you can make your own. But basically, it just has, like, the Elim card is the most important, because I wanna just kind of practice my aim and my flicks. And I get Nimble, Chronos, Deft Hands, and then I just kind of do this, and then reversal, reload, like that.
I can't use that.
Reversal again. It's not very, like, it's not very representative of my actual loadout, because this loadout is way less dash distance. So when you get into a game, it is still kind of getting used to it a little bit. But at least you're kind of practicing your aim, you know. I think that's it for now. If there's anything else you want me to explain, or any questions about Andro, just let me know.